while I was out here checking out the snow buildup from the Zamboni over there, I was rummaging through the storage area. You can see it's a pretty huge storage area, and I was like, wow, there's really nothing in here. But then what is going on, everybody? It is I, Moonbo, coming at you with more Scrap Mechanic City Part 2 of the Hockey Arena. Now, I want to say, I'm sorry it took me so long to get this one out. I do apologize. It's been a long time coming for this one, and I gotta say, I put as much effort as I could into it, but unfortunately, the FPS, it always gets me, and this time it got me again, so I had to stop where I'm at with this. I definitely took a bunch of your suggestions and tried my best to put it in here. I do have a little special idea, though, that I'm going to kind of hint towards at the end of the video, so make sure you check that out. So let's get into this build. I'm going to warn you guys, though, that it is a little laggy when you're walking around on it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to try my best to just look at the stuff and show you what I've done, and hopefully you can run this too, because I'm going to be putting a link in the description for the world download, so you guys can check this out as well, and I think very soon I'm going to upload a bunch of cool stuff to the workshop as well, so let's go with the low FPS. So right here, I decided to add a hot dog cart to the outside, unfortunately because I wanted to add some like food stalls and stuff in there, but I kind of ran into this whole FPS issue, so I just couldn't do it. But it's very unfortunate because I'm having a lot of fun working on this. So you can see, though, I've added a few things to the entrance here. If you haven't seen this already, though, there is the original Part 1 video, which I'll put a link in the description, so you can see more of the original concept. So over here, I started putting, like, a merchandise stall and stuff, and that's where I was going to put a couple stalls here, but every time I put something down, it just drops my FPS terribly. And it's kind of funny because my entire city, before I started working on these modules, actually ran like just as well as this. So just to give you guys an idea of how huge this build is. So I've added a staircase right here. There's 3 things that I've pretty much added. Basically, it's all on these top levels right here. So you can see I have the shadows off as well because I'm trying to save a little bit of FPS here while we're looking through this. So I'm going to start right here on the right, and then we will wrap our way around to the back there. So right here, this is the ice bar, so it was suggested that I make some type of bar. Now, as you can see, there is a cool little ledge here that you can stand at and watch the hockey game while it's happening. I have glass that wraps pretty much all the way around, so no matter where you're standing, you can pretty much see what's going on. You can still see the hockey net down there as well, actually. And of course there is a small little pool table where you can't actually play pool, but it's fun to look at. So this is the big screen TV, so if you were over here standing at one of these little tables, you wouldn't really be able to see the game, so of course you would have the game playing up here on TVs. You know what I just realized, actually? I didn't put any cameras in here. I might have to put some more cameras, because I do have one more idea that I would like to do for this kind of hockey world here. So this is the bar, nothing too crazy. I tried to make it look a little bit modern with some glass as well as colored concrete. I'm going to actually dare to put these shadows on because I think this build is much better like this. Oh yeah, you know what? That is so much better. I should have never even had them off. So you can see there are some pool cues here as well. Pretty simple stuff. But I mean, I do like the kind of like the chalked end there, which is it's kind of funny. So other than that, though, this is a pretty simple bar because I was definitely running out of FPS. So I tried to keep it relatively simple. But we're gonna stroll on over this way. So this is a very interesting part of the build, actually, and I'm gonna show it to you in a couple different ways here. So if we walk this way, you will actually see that there is a pretty cool looking slanted glass lookout right here. So you can see it goes all the way to the other end. And I gotta say, if you look at this, this took me a little while to do actually because of all these like individual columns here, which I think is causing a little bit of the FPS drop. But nonetheless, I think it turned out pretty cool. And if you look all the way down here, I can run this way and take the connection tool out. You can see I just have a controller here on a bearing, and it actually just turns it the whole way down. Alright, so over here, this is kind of a pretty cool area, actually. This is the main kind of like manager's area and the business side of a hockey arena. It's kind of unfortunate because I think I have so many lights on out here right now that these lights aren't actually shining anything. So you know what? I'm going to quickly run over this way, turn those lights off, so that way we can actually see what these lights look like. Alright, there we go. So there is definitely a limit on lights in this game. So you can see I turned them off out there, so now they are on in here. So this looks a lot better, I gotta say. So right here though, this is kind of like just a mock-up of the hockey arena with kind of like the seats that wrap around it and some cool overhead and under lighting there. So over here, this is more of like just kind of like a hanging out and chatting area. There's like a little area rug in the middle there. So you would kind of, I don't know, hang out here, talk about hockey, you know, shooting the puck. And these are just kind of like conference areas. So it's, I'm trying to think of like hockey teams and different people needing to talk to different people about things that involve hockey. So those are just a couple little conference areas. And this here is actually like the main area. So this is where all the big bucks are, you know, all the money on the table, all the contracts. Hockey's crazy. But I did add some cool hockey sticks actually to the wall here. It's unfortunate that I couldn't sign them somehow, though. You had like a little signature maybe on it. Some famous Strat Mechanic hockey players, you know, the greats. And so over here, this is kind of like where the main guy would sit. So this is the big comfy chair here, and you definitely get a nice view of the whole office area and all the hockey that's going on up here, and all the money being shown. So this right here is the elevator that is the private elevator, actually, for the guy that would sit in that chair. So you can actually go over here and press this button, and it will bring you right down with a cool glass-looking kind of two-tiered window here. And then those doors will open up, and you can see that there's like a private entrance. I didn't really add much else out here. I did actually add a road, but unfortunately, like I was saying, the build is so laggy. You can see that that's just like a little tiny hole in this massive creation. But we can easily just hop back into this low FPS world here. It's kind of cool, actually. If you want, you can actually send it back up, and you can see that's just how the mechanism works there. And there is a sensor right here, which triggers the doors, so all you need to do is call the elevator back down, like so. And other than that down here, though, there is nothing else. This is just like an empty space. Like I was saying, FPS is pretty bad, but I'm pretty happy with this elevator. It's relatively simple. It only goes up one floor, so you don't need to worry about any logic or anything. But you definitely get a nice view here. So you can imagine like a massive parking lot or something out there, which I'm thinking of making one, actually, like a big parking lot that has all the lights and stuff. So really happy with the way that this turned out here. It's kind of like the business side of hockey. So as you can see, we didn't see it before, but these lights up here are red, so it's kind of like you can imagine it was a dark area, and you'd be really intently watching the game and watching the players and scouting out the next top player. And of course, it does have the do not enter sign, so that is strictly business only. So over here, there's just a few skyboxes that I decided to add. Nothing too crazy. I definitely think that you get a great view from up here, though. As you can imagine, if you had to sit... I mean, there's no real upper bowl. There's only the one level here. But, I mean, you can definitely understand that it would be a much better view up here. As well as, like, your own little mini fridge and sink. And, like, some ambient lighting. So, pretty cool. These three are pretty much the same, but then this one ended up being a little bit bigger, so I added some red lighting to create some kind of mood lighting, maybe. So this is, like, the higher class version with some more sitting space and stuff. And sadly, I was gonna add some kind of like bathroom stuff over here, but I mean, I was just running out of FPS. I do want to come back with a part 3 on this build though, guys. I have a really cool idea, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. And this, again, big open empty space. I don't think I'm gonna be able to put anything in here, which is very unfortunate because there's a lot that I could do with this kind of a build. But I mean, there is one thing I've been thinking about, and you know what? It's kind of funny actually. While I was out here checking out the snow buildup from the Zamboni over there, I was rummaging through the storage area. You can see it's a pretty huge storage area, and I was like, wow, there's really nothing in here. But then I looked in here and I was like, oh, wait a second, what's this for? And I was like, oh man, there's a basketball net in here, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think it's time to switch this entire hockey arena into a basketball court. I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, it's just sitting there in storage. I might as well use it, right? I don't know, you should definitely let me know in the comments. And I think it's time to change the season up, because I am definitely ready for the summer. But there you have it, guys. It is Hockey Arena Part 2. I hope you did enjoy the build. I definitely am going to come back with probably something pretty cool here. I have a couple more ideas, and I'm going to get that sorted out. And then I definitely want you guys to give me more Scrap Mechanic City suggestions, because I've ran out of a few ideas, and I have a couple in mind, and I'm going to get back into these builds here very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and build, and make sure you subscribe for endless Scrap Mechanic, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye for now.